Have you ever wondered what it takes to become a professional football player? Imagine a young boy, let's call him John. From the moment he could walk, John was kicking a ball. His love for the game was not born out of a desire to be famous or wealthy, but rather an intrinsic passion that stirred within him every time he stepped onto the pitch. His dream? To become a professional football player, his determination? Unwavering. John knew that becoming a professional was more than just skill. It was a test of perseverance, discipline, and grit. Every morning he would wake up before dawn to train, pushing himself beyond his limits. Every night he would fall asleep, dreams filled with roaring crowds and the sweet taste of victory. John's journey has just begun, and he is ready to face any challenge that comes his way. His spirit is unbroken, his resolve unshaken. He is ready for the game of his life. But passion and dreams are just the beginning. What does it really take to become a professional? John knows that it takes more than just talent. It's about hard work, discipline, and sacrifices. It's about pushing himself beyond his limits, day in and day out. It's about putting his heart and soul into every training session, no matter how grueling they may be. It's about beating the sun to the pitch and being the last one to leave. It's about the sweat, the tears, and the sheer determination to keep going, even when every muscle in his body is screaming for him to stop. John knows that discipline is what separates the good from the great. It's about sticking to a strict diet, even when the temptation is high. It's about getting enough sleep, even when he'd rather stay up and hang out with his friends. It's about making sacrifices, big and small, for the sake of his dream. John knows that a strong mindset is crucial. It's about believing in himself even when others doubt him. It's about staying focused even when the pressure is on. It's about bouncing back from setbacks and turning them into opportunities for growth. It's about never losing sight of his goal, no matter how far off it may seem. John knows that the journey to becoming a professional football player is a long and winding road filled with bumps and obstacles. But he also knows that every step he takes, every sacrifice he makes, brings him one step closer to his dream. And that's what fuels him. That's what keeps him going, day after day, month after month, year after year. John understands that the journey to becoming a professional football player is not easy. It's a journey that demands everything he has to give, and then some. It's a journey that will test him, challenge him, and push him to his limits. But John is ready. He is willing to do whatever it takes, because for John, the journey is just as important as the destination. What happens when things don't go as planned? What happens when you face setbacks? Imagine John, our aspiring professional football player. He's been training hard, working on his skills, pushing his body to the limit. Then one day he's on the field in the middle of a game. When he goes down, he's injured, a torn ligament, a setback that could sideline him for months. How does he deal with it? At first there's shock, disbelief. This isn't supposed to happen, not now, not when he's so close to reaching his dream. There's fear too. What if this is it? What if he never gets to play again? But then there's determination. John isn't the type to give up easily. He knows that setbacks are just part of the journey. He's seen it with other players. They've been injured, they've been sidelined, but they've come back stronger than ever. Why can't he? So he starts his recovery process. It's long, it's painful, but he doesn't give up. He pushes through the pain, the uncertainty. He works with his physiotherapist, follows the recovery plan to the letter. He watches the games from the sidelines, cheering on his team, keeping his spirits up. And then, after months of hard work, he's back on the field. He's not as fast as he was, not as strong, but he's there, playing the game he loves. There's a sense of accomplishment, of pride. He's overcome his setback, he's back. But John knows that this won't be his last setback. There will be more injuries, more obstacles, but he's ready to face them head on. He's learned that setbacks aren't the end. They're just a part of the journey. They're what makes the triumphs even sweeter. Setbacks are a part of the journey. John knows this, and he is ready to face them head on. So how do you keep going when the going gets tough? How do you stay motivated? Let's take a look at someone who's been there, done that. Let's talk about John. A name that has become synonymous with strength, with determination, with perseverance. It's not just about his physical prowess on the field, but the mental fortitude he displays off it. John, like many of us, has faced his fair share of challenges, but what sets him apart is his response to these trials. He doesn't just face them head on, he embraces them, learns from them, and emerges stronger. When the world seems against him, when the odds are stacked high, when the finish line appears to be a distant dream, that's when John's real strength comes to the fore. He doesn't retreat, he doesn't surrender. Instead, he looks at the challenge in the eye and says, "Bring it on." John's motivation comes from within. It's not external accolades or praise that fuel his drive. It's his love for the game, his passion for excellence, and his unwavering belief in himself. He knows that every stumble, every fall is but a stepping stone to greater heights. John's secret. He keeps pushing himself every day, every hour, every minute. He has this inexhaustible well of determination inside him, a determination that refuses to bow down to failure, a determination that fuels his every move, his every decision. He has made it a habit to challenge his limits, to stretch his abilities, and to constantly raise the bar. He doesn't believe in resting on his laurels. For him, the journey is never ending, the pursuit of excellence, a relentless quest. John's determination and never give up attitude are what keep him going. He knows that the road to success is paved with perseverance. He knows that the only way to achieve greatness is to keep pushing, to keep striving, to never stop. And that's what makes John, a true testament to the power of perseverance, of determination, of never giving up. John's determination and never give up attitude are what keep him going. He knows that the road to success is paved with perseverance. And what happens when you finally achieve your dream? What does it feel like to become a professional football player? Imagine the moment, the very second when you're standing on the field. The air is filled with anticipation, the crowd roaring in the background. There's a new weight to your jersey now, a weight that signifies not just fabric, but a dream realized, a goal achieved. That's the moment when John, our protagonist, finally becomes a professional football player. The stadium filled with thousands of spectators, each one a testament to his journey, his struggle, his victory. It's like standing atop a mountain, having climbed from the very bottom. It's like looking out at the vast expanse of the world, knowing you've earned your place in it. There's a sense of achievement. It's overwhelming, it's humbling, it's everything you've worked for. The joy is pure, unadulterated, a joy that springs not from mere happiness, but from fulfillment. It's a joy that resonates deep within you, a joy that you've earned. Can you feel the rush, the exhilaration? It's a high like no other, a high that comes from knowing that you've done it, you've made it. It's a feeling of invincibility, of resilience, of strength. It's a feeling that tells you can do anything, achieve anything, be anything. But here's the thing about dreams, about goals. Achieving them isn't the end, it's just a checkpoint. It's a moment of celebration, of reflection, of gratitude. But it doesn't stop there. For John, becoming a professional football player isn't the end of his journey, it's just the beginning of a new one. It's the start of bigger dreams, higher goals, greater challenges. It's a new chapter, a new adventure, a new journey. It's the start of something incredible, something powerful, something that will continue to push him, to drive him, to inspire him. Achieving your dream is not the end, it's just the beginning. For John, becoming a professional football player is just the start of a new journey. So what can we learn from John's journey? Well, let's recap the key points we've traversed together. It starts with a spark, a passion, a burning desire that lights up your soul. John's love for football wasn't a mere hobby, it was his life's calling. This passion was the fuel that ignited his journey. Then comes the hard work, the sweat, and the endless hours of practice. Success isn't a stroke of luck, it's the result of a consistent grind. John's journey was no different. His dedication and commitment were the building blocks of his success. Setbacks are inevitable, but they are not the end. They are the stepping stones that shape us, strengthen us. John's resilience in face of adversities was his biggest strength. Lastly, the reward. Not just the fame and accolades, but the fulfillment of realizing a dream. John's journey teaches us that with passion, hard work, and perseverance, any dream can become a reality.